and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm extra excited, let me tell you why, because we are going to be doing a full entire face of using all Huda Beauty products, and I've been going a little bit Huda Beauty crazy lately. You know why? Because she has launch after launch after launch after launch, but this girl's here for it. I don't know about you. So I have a full face of pretty much every single thing that Huda ever came out with, besides like I don't have all her lipstick shades, which I'm working on. But yeah, I'm so excited to be putting all this new stuff on my face and some stuff I've already used. But if you guys want to sit here and just have fun and do some makeup using all Huda Beauty products, then please keep on watching. I did a little bit of a boss moment for her new resting boss face. I'm serving like a little Hannah Montana moment with this little bomber jacket. I'm actually like sweating right now. It's so hot in my house. Alright, let's pull out the newest stuff that I've got from Huda. So I bought, well, new to me obviously, so I've never tried her Easy Bake. It's still in the box. I actually just received this last night. And then I bought her Fender blender, I think it's called. This is like supposed to be a good way to pick up her glitter shadows, because sometimes, you know, using the finger is annoying, so I wanted to pick this up and see what it's all about. You guys obviously know my OG nude palette. I love this. It's used and abused. I got 2 of the Resting Boss Face Huda Beauty sprays just because I felt like it and I felt like I was gonna love it. Obviously we have her foundation. Whatever, you guys get the deal. I got some lashes, highlighters, all her little palettes, all these palettes and her mini palettes right here. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, so first things first, have never tried this. I am literally opening it here on camera. I'm so excited about this because I just want to use it as a primer so badly. So I guess a lot of this stuff is first impressions to me, so I'm gonna tell you guys my thoughts. If I've already tried the product, I'll tell you my thoughts as well, but for first impressions, I definitely want to see like how everything's gonna be going down. First impressions on this, haven't tried it yet. It is a gorgeous heavy packaging. It is very sturdy and gorgeous. This comes with 1.85 fluid ounces. So let's just pump it on the back of our hand first and see. Any day now. Okay, literally any day. This better not be broken, I'll be pissed. Actually, somebody did tell me when they bought this, their pump was broken. Okay, so I actually literally bought a lot of these, so let's try the second one. No, this is literally a joke. Guys, this is literally a freaking joke. Like, 2 of them aren't working. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Trying the 3rd bottle to see if all my pumps are broken, because what the hell? Okay, so this is very disappointing, but I still want to try it out. I'm just going to be opening it and using it this way, I guess. We're going to put it on the back of our hand. And we're going to be using the Huda Beauty face brush to apply this. It's going to stay in the back of my hand, but let's see what happens when I put it on my face as a primer. It smells good. Okay, so we're looking a little crazy. Very nice and glowy though. Okay, so I didn't put like too much on of it because I just didn't want to like overdo it. I don't know how it works yet. I don't know how to work with it yet. So we are good on that. I'm still really disappointed about the pump. So you guys saw right on camera the struggles. So next thing we're going to jump into is the Huda Beauty Foundation in Toasted Coconut. I don't even know if this is my shade. I've had this one for a while now, so it might not be my shade, so don't judge me. I'm going to go in with a Morphe sponge for this, and we're just gonna go ahead and stamp it right onto the face. Okay, so love that. Everybody knows I love the Huda Beauty Foundation. So next thing is concealer. But what I wanted to say so far, even though the pump didn't work out, I still see a blurring effect under my skin, and I do see a little bit of a, you know, dewier look peeking through the foundation, and that's exactly obviously what it's supposed to do, number 1. And number 2, the claims on it is that it is supposed to blur because it's like a liquid pantyhose, so it is supposed to give that perfect flawless effect. I did not put any pore filling primer. I did not put anything besides my normal skincare underneath, which is just like serum eye cream and moisturizer, but I do see a blurring effect. Like I don't feel like I needed my other primer because my pores look pretty good right now in my opinion. So let's jump into concealer next, and we're going to be obviously going in with the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. And if you don't already know, I already love this one, so it's a really amazing concealer. One thing to know with this concealer is that a little bit goes a very long way. So I like to just put a little bit and then I spread it out. Like I'm not pushing down anymore, I'm just spreading it out. Let's go ahead and blend this out and we'll move on to the next thing because like I said, I already know I love this. It's an amazing concealer. You get the point. I'm gonna blend it in and I'll be right back. So now that that is all blended out, my concealer, my foundation, I am gonna go into the Huda Beauty Tantour in medium. And what I wanna say about this right now is I already tried this once and I don't wanna blame it on the product because my face for some reason does not take cream contour well. I'm gonna use it for the sake of this video because I wanna try it in a new technique this time, but for some reason my face right here, like yes it takes the foundation, but for some reason when I go into cream contour, no matter what, whether it's LA Girl, whether it's Anastasia, any cream contour, whether it's MAC, Huda Beauty, whatever you name it, it creates this blotchiness on my face when I go to blend it out. It has the darker on the outer corners and then in the center right over here, it does not pick up pigment well and I don't know why that is. And then when I go in back in with more product, it just keeps, and I blend it out, even patting it out with a beauty blender, it just keeps lifting what's underneath. So I'm not sure why my face does that. That's why I don't normally typically cream contour, but we are gonna be using it today and let's see what happens. This time I'm just gonna try to take it on my beauty blender instead of like drawing it onto my face. We're gonna take it on the sponge just like that. It's very creamy. Look, that was one swipe. It picked up a lot of product. And let's go ahead and very gently, oh wow, see it's very pigmented and very, shit. Just dropped it. Thank God it's cream. It's very pigmented and very, very creamy. So let's try to use it in a lot of places. I love the look of cream contour. It just like, I don't know. Okay, so far this is not too bad on me. So far, let's see. Okay, that looks like a dream on me. I had a feeling that with the sponge, it will work better because when I do work with creams, I tend to use sponges because I love the look of cream, but it's either hit or miss for me. So I guess the brush is too rough and it makes that blotchiness peek through. So right now, to me, this looks beautiful and seamless. I do see a little bit of a blotchiness, but you know what? It looks pretty good, and I think with powder on top, it'll look even better. So let me go ahead and do the other side, and I'll be right back. Okay, so next thing we're gonna be going into to set our face is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake in Banana Bread. So let's go ahead and set our faces with this. We're just gonna tap out the creases one more time before, so nothing sets into fine lines. So we're gonna go ahead and dip into Banana Bread, and we're gonna go ahead and put this under the eye, and let's see how it feels. This is very perfumed, I would say. It smells pretty good though. I think all of Huda Beauty products are so perfumed. I kind of wish they weren't, but you know, it doesn't bother me, but at the same time, sometimes it does. Like, I don't know, like I feel like you shouldn't have perfume on your face kind of thing, but I don't know. So I'm setting this really well. The powder actually feels really, really nice. My under eyes do not feel too crepey or dry, which for a first impression, love that. My under eye is looking so flawless right now, so I'm enjoying that. I did put a lot of powder, but instead of dusting it off, I like to push my powder into the skin. This ensures that your makeup will literally lock in all day, probably till tomorrow, honestly. So this powder is very nice. I really like it. I just smelled my sponge because it smells really good. Even though I just said I don't think you should have perfume on your face, it does smell really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and press this powder into my T-zone as well. Everywhere where I put the concealer, I'm going to put this Banana Bread shade. I'm super impressed with this powder. My face is looking flawless right now. But like I said, I already knew I loved the foundation and the concealer because the concealer is perfection. But I've never tried all these other products. But now that I have, so far, so good. And I'm not going to be baking right now under here, but I am going to be just pressing this powder into the skin right over here just to set everywhere else that I did not contour. Okay, so what I'm starting to notice is I do kind of see that blotchiness on my cheek, but like I said, that's not, I don't blame it on the product. I blame it literally on my cheek. I am gonna go ahead and set it with a little bit of a darker powder. I'm not gonna be using a Huda Beauty one because she doesn't have bronzers. So I'm just gonna use my Tarte palette just to set it with a contour shade on top, just so it does not move at all. I'm gonna be just taking the Angel shade in here and just literally lightly setting it. So I'm just setting everywhere I put the cream contour. Do you guys ever do that too? When you set your face, you feel it to see if it's still tacky? If you don't, it's actually a pretty good idea too, because if you feel your face, like in some spots, like I just go all the way across, like right here, it's still a little bit tacky. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit more product and put it right there. So when I really go in and bronze up and do whatever I gotta do, it's not gonna grab at that wet spot and make it look splotchy or blotchy or whatever. It's gonna stick perfectly and look flawless throughout the whole entire face. So always make sure, like I always feel around, like when sometimes you feel it and then sometimes you have to actually feel for it. So it is a really good tip to do. Alright, so now that the face complexion is good as far as, you know, creams and just setting the face, now I'm going to leave that and then I'll go back to it when I'm done with the eyes. I want to start on the eyes. I have so many options of what I could do in front of me right now. I have all these options right here. I have the mini neon palette, the emeralds palette, the mauves, the smoky, the blue. I have these three right here. So I don't know which one I want to choose. I mean, I want to gravitate towards this one, but I use this so much in my videos that I want to do something a little bit different today. I do for sure want to play around with this yellow shadow stick by her, but I also want to play, I think I want to do something a little bit brighter today. So let's just have fun with my eyeshadow look today instead of being boring. Okay, so first things first is we're going to be going in with the shade Private Jet. So I'm going to be putting a few dots all over my crease, and we're just gonna go ahead and buff this out. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do really quickly is just dip into the Huda Beauty Nude palette. I'm sorry. I'm gonna dip quickly into the shade Tickle right over here. I wanna go in and set where I put the pink cream shade, and I'm just gonna be patting it lightly, and then I'm gonna go ahead and kind of blend out the edges. I zoomed you guys on in a little bit more so you can see better. So next thing I'm going to do is go into the blue Sapphire palette and take this navy blue matte shade right over here, and I'm going to be taking it on another Morphe M433 brush, and I'm going to be really packing it onto the outer corner of my eye. Wow, look at that pigment. I haven't used the blue palette yet, even though that shade looks broken in the palette. It broke when I first got it and I didn't feel like exchanging it, so I just took the loss. Also, we want to be very careful with this shade because, you know, our base is already done. So we do not want to mess that up. I'm actually going to grab a smaller brush than that because I don't want to mess up my base. And I want to get into that upper corner really well. So I'm actually taking this all the way into the crease. And by the way, I changed to a Morphe 233 brush. And I am going to just be running it through the crease all the way through. This look is gonna look very messy before it gets pretty at all. So just bear with me and trust your work too. It always looks crazy before it looks better, and don't worry about getting it all over the eyelid because we are gonna be cutting the crease today. Now I'm gonna go back in with the first brush that I went in with and just blend the shades together. We're going to be cutting the crease with some concealer. And when you're working with darker shades, remember to pat on the concealer and not rub, because then the concealer will mix in with the blue or whatever color you're using. So just go with light tapping motions and be just very patient with this part. Okay, so really quickly what I'm gonna do is I just cut the crease, and look, don't be afraid if you mess up a little. Like I did a little bit right here. My hand like moved on, I accidentally like moved my hand on accident and I put it right up here. I just took my little nail and just kind of buffed it out and it kind of went away, and then I'm gonna go in and fix it further. For right now, I let this concealer set for a good minute, and I'm gonna go in with no additional product on my brush that I use the blue shade on, and I'm going to just kind of dab in between the lines just to blend it out, and then I'll go in and deepen it. But for now, I just want to get it to a good blend. I'm literally just tapping, I'm not rubbing, I'm just tapping in between. As you can see, it's going to be lighter right there because it's grabbing on straight onto the concealer. So it's showing its like true bright shade, but we'll go in and make it even in a sec. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the shade from the Nude palette on a really small E36 brush by Morphe. And I'm going to go ahead and just see where that concealer is. I'm going to tap over it with this pink shade. And I also do want to bring it back into the picture because when I cut the crease, it kind of, you know, disappeared a little bit. Now I'm going in with a completely clean blending brush. And we are just going to be blending the edges like so. So next thing I'm going to be doing is opening up my Fender blender. So let's see how this applies the shimmer. Okay, so this is so funny because this is literally like, you know those like little eyeshadow palettes you used to use as a kid? This is like what it feels like on this side, and this side just feels like a plastic, like, I don't even know what to call that, so I don't even know which side to use, but I think I'm just going to be using this side. So you can literally buy these anywhere, but apparently this is what picks up her shadows pretty well and mimics maybe the finger. So let's go ahead and pick a pink shade to put, pinky gold nude, let's pick a shade to put on the lid. Alright, I'm sorry, I know I said I wasn't going to be using the Nude palette today, but I am. It's just such a good palette. So I'm going to be going in with the second shade in the palette right over here, this shimmer, and I'm going to be packing it on the lid with the Fender blender. Okay, let's go ahead and pack this onto the lid. Okay, can't deny it, I really love this little Fender blender. It actually helped me so much to, you know, versus using your finger with these Huda Beauty shadows, it's hard to get right up into the crease when you are doing a precise cut crease. Like look how easily that tucks right into the socket. It did take me an extra few scoops to get it to the pigment that I desired, but I like where it is and how it looks, and it also gave me the flexibility to blend it into that blue shade. And what I will do is go back into that blue brush and just, now I'm going to swipe in between just to blend it out a little bit further. Oh, what I forgot to say is I don't necessarily get the point of this other end of the brush. It's like a plastic part. I'm going to kind of look up, see what she uses it for, but I do like this side of it. It helps me a lot putting her shimmers on. Hopefully it'll work with, I'm sure it'll work with other shimmers and other palettes too, so I hope so, but this I really like. Okay, next thing I'm going to be doing is going into this yellow Gold Chains and Limelight Matte and Metals by Huda Beauty. Obviously, it's all Huda Beauty. So for my lower lash line, I want to keep it nice and bright as well. So I'm going to be going in with the Limelight shade. And I'm going to be going in with a generous amount. Okay, so I'm going to be quickly blending this out. And just buffing it all underneath my lower lash line. And we're going to go back to the blue palette and go in with this lime color right here. And we're going to go ahead and set right underneath the lower lash line. Next thing we're doing is going back into the blue palette and taking that navy shade that we put on the outer corner on a flat definer brush, something like this. This is the Morphe M410 brush, and we are going to be stamping it as close to the lower lash line as possible. And now just to brighten out this eye look, I'm going to be going in with the Gold Chain side of the liquid shadow stick, and I'm going to be popping it in the inner corner of my eye just to give it that, I don't know, let's just see what happens. Taking a small pointer brush, I am going to be just tabbing it out so it's not so harsh right just in that area. Okay, so I think that looks really cool, popped on the inner corner. I honestly took it out like a little bit in more of a circle this time because when I put the lashes on, I want it to really stand out. But if it's too much when I put the lashes on, I don't know, maybe I'll tone it down. But for right now, I think with the lashes, it's gonna pop out a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the lashes and then see if I need any deepening or anything to be changed or whatever. So I'm gonna be going in with the Huda Beauty Samantha lash. This is honestly my favorite lash by Huda Beauty. The style is so nice, and I love using Huda Beauty lashes for the first time, like when they're brand new, because they just look so good on. So I'm gonna be breaking up the band by just going like this and loosening it up. And then I'm gonna measure it to the shape of my eye, see if I need to trim it a little. I think I might or I might not, I don't know, we'll see. Before I go in with the lash, I'm gonna ever so lightly and so thin go in with a little top eyeliner just to hide the lash band. When it goes on, it's gonna look more seamless. Okay, so a lot of you guys always ask me to do a tutorial on how to put on false lashes. So I'm gonna kind of guide you through it this time, just like very quickly and simple and easy. I take it with my tweezer and I hold it right up to the lash band like that, so I have all the control that I need to apply it straight onto my eyelash. And then I take my mirror, and I'm gonna hold up the mirror for you just for a second, and I tilt it like this. So I'm looking down at myself. So when I go to put the lash on, I'm going down, if that makes any sense to you. So when you have a mirror in front of you, even if it is just a flat wall mirror, just kind of tilt your head to the way like I'm doing it in this mirror. So I tilt right now my mirror is facing up, like it's right here. So before applying it, depending on which kind of glue you're using, I would recommend waiting about 30 seconds to a minute. If you are very, very new with putting on false lashes, I would wait for the glue to get really, really tacky before you put it on, or else if you go in straight with the glue wet, it's gonna slip and slide everywhere and you're gonna be so frustrated, so annoyed, because it's gonna get all in your lashes, on your eyelid, ruin your look. So if you just be patient with it and wait like a minute, it will be so much easier of a process to put on. I'm going to push my lashes out of the way just because that's what I do. My lashes curl up so much, so sometimes it like pushes the lash out of the way where it doesn't allow it to stick onto my lash line properly. So I'm just gonna be facing, that's why I don't like to put mascara first on myself. I like to blend them in after. I'm gonna be focusing it right on the center. Okay, now I got it on the center. I'm gonna stick it right there, and then I'm gonna worry about how I'm gonna push down the corner. So now I'm just gonna push it this corner, and what I like to do for my inner corner, not that I wanna advertise tugging on your eye, but I do. So I tug on my eye a little bit, and then I just put on the inner corner, just like that. And now I'm obviously need to push it down more. So, and there you have it. A perfectly put on lash. Voila, easy as that. And what I like to do next with the lashes is take mascara. I don't have a mascara in front of me right now, and obviously Huda Beauty doesn't have any mascara. So I like to take the tip of the mascara and just blend in the lashes like that. And it'll just blacken them up, and then I'll take it on the lower lash line as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and do all of that off of camera, finish this eye, fill in the brows, and do everything that Huda Beauty doesn't have. And I will be right back to finish off the rest of the look with the Huda Beauty products. Alright guys, I am back with the full glam, both eyes done, eyebrows, and I went ahead and bronzed my face with the Tarte Princess palette. So, next thing we're gonna be doing is going back in with the Huda Easy Bake, and we are gonna be baking our face. And we're gonna go ahead and put a generous amount and cut the cheek. Why is this so satisfying for me when I draw that line? I don't know about you, but tell me if you guys think it's satisfying. Okay, so the bake has been sitting on for a good 2 to 3 minutes now. So I'm gonna be stamping it into the skin and then dust off the excess with whatever's left, but I like to push it in first versus just wiping it away. So it actually gives me that, the point of baking is longevity. So we're gonna push in and then dust away. Alright, so next thing we're gonna be doing is going in with the Huda Beauty Extra Hold Face Boss. Face Boss setting spray. I don't know if I said this in the beginning, but I did use this once, and I'm gonna spray it and then I'll tell you my thoughts on it. So next thing we're gonna go into is the Huda Beauty 3D Highlighter Palette. I've actually already tried this before, but this is a legit brand new one. I just got it in the mail. Look how gorgeous this is, by the way. It's such a beautiful, I don't know if you can even like see her on it, but it's so beautiful. This is such a great highlighter palette. I'm obsessed with it. This is a cream and then the rest are powders. So I'm gonna use that as blush and then that as a little bit extra bronze and then that as my highlight. I won't be using the cream today because I'm not in the mood to. So I'm gonna be taking my Morphe M501 brush and I'm gonna be taking this second shade in the palette called Seashells. And we're gonna go ahead and highlight. Oh, so since you guys already know I love this highlighter palette, I wanna quickly talk about the setting spray. I think this setting spray is amazing. I'm not gonna lie. The way it really does lock in your makeup and make it like ensure you that it's gonna last all day, and it really does kind of feel like you're spraying hairspray on your face because it has a sticky tackiness to it, which I believe is the reason why, you know, she went for that whole drag queen kind of like vibe, how they used to do it. But anyways, I feel like it's amazing, but I just wish it didn't have such a strong scent because when, like right now, I'm still smelling it and it's literally like in my nose. And like when I sprayed it the other day, my mom kept like smelling me. She's like, and I didn't put any perfume on, I just sprayed that and it literally like went on my clothes, you know, because when you spray it, it like goes everywhere. Like it just lasted all night and I just kept getting whiffs of it, which is fine. Like the smell isn't bad in my opinion, but like it is kind of annoying. So if you're sensitive to smell, that's the only downfall to this, to that setting spray. But other than that, if you're not picky to scents or sensitive to scents, then you should be fine. But personally, I don't think I really would use it every day. I'd only use it when I really, really, really want my makeup to be bulletproof. And usually you can make that happen with baking, and that powder, what I will say is this is freaking amazing. And I love this. I know right away if I like or hate a powder, and this, I love it. It's amazing. Obsessed with it actually. This will be going in my everyday pile. Now with an angled blush brush, I'm just gonna dip a little bit into that. I don't wanna go too crazy with the glowy cheeks, but I just want a little bit of color. And I'm actually gonna take this same brush and kind of mix these two and take it towards the back of the cheek. I kind of have some texture right now because I'm scared to do this, but we're doing it. Okay, and the next new thing to me that I'm trying by Huda Beauty is her Power Bullets. This is in the shade Interview, and let's hope this looks good with my look because, I mean, it will. It's a nude, but I don't know what kind of nude it is. So let me just go ahead and apply this. This is my kind of color. Okay, I did it to the best of my ability without using a lip liner. So hopefully it looks pretty good. The shade's actually not that bad with the eye look. It kind of matches perfectly into the crease. So this was a good color that I picked. I mean, you know me, I love my nudes. Alright guys, so pretty much that completes this full face of using only Huda Beauty products. But what I want to do is, you already know, let's go ahead and highlight the shoulders using the Nymph, even though it doesn't work. But we're gonna open it. I'm gonna use that same brush that I used on my face to apply it. And I wanna put it all over my body. We're just gonna do these areas because my shoulders aren't showing tonight. So we'll just do this area. Okay, that is so beautiful. Let's go ahead and highlight more on the chest. And there you have it, guys. A full face using all Huda Beauty products. I had so much fun filming this, and I've actually learned a lot using all of her products together. Obviously, thank God they all work well together. I would be kind of scared if they didn't because she created them all. Everything looks so perfect. Actually, I'm so obsessed with my eye look. What do you guys think of it? Let me know in the comments down below. I love it. It's so fun, like the blue, pink, and yellow. Obsessed. So let's do a little rundown of all the products. Foundation, obsessed, love. Concealer, obsessed. This is gonna be my new Ride or Die powder, obsessed. I have to play around more with the TANTOUR because of my skin, what I explained earlier. So about the nymph, honestly, I'm very disappointed. 3 bottles and the pump doesn't work. That's literally ridiculous. I'm just shocked that 3 of them I bought and ended up with all have defects. Of course, my luck. But I like this. I think it made my skin look flawless, and I like how it's making my chest look glowy. But I don't want to judge it too soon, only because like when I opened it and twisted it off, it's liquidy, but then when I like feel inside, it's thick. So I feel like when you pump it out, it's gonna come out thicker, and it was coming out very liquidy when I was putting it on the back of my hand from like the spoolie part. So this, I can't give you my honest review on it because it wasn't coming out properly, so I'm not 100% sure, but just using it the wrong way or like scooping it out myself, I did like it, but I have to play around with it more. But other than that, let's move on to the setting spray. Like I said earlier, the setting spray has a very strong scent to it. I would recommend this for a day, like if you, like a wedding, if you have an all-day event or something like that, to ensure your makeup will be literally bulletproof. This is your friend for that. Will I be using this every single day? Definitely not, because besides the scent, it does make me feel more dry, and when I put a setting spray on, I like to feel that moisture come back to my skin, and because of all the powders that I put down. So what I would do in the future if I did use this is I would set my face with something like the Morphe setting spray and then finish off my makeup with something like this to ensure that it lasted all night. I'm sorry I went off about this, but I want to tell you guys my thoughts on it. About the lipstick, I love this. The shade is so pretty. What else? All the eyeshadow palettes I already love. I've used and abused all of her eyeshadow palettes. Her mini palettes are to die for. As far as the lashes, these lashes are my favorite style by Huda Beauty. These are the Samantha lashes. I didn't even need to trim them on me, and they look so beautiful. They're kind of that in-between of dramatic and very natural and flirty. So that is pretty much it for this tutorial. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Also, leave me a nice comment down below of what you would like to see next, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.